Hi everyone, this is Pam Sledd with Jesusjunkjournals, and I wanted to show you what I've been working on. But before I start, I am so sorry. I made a huge mistake. I gave the formula for homemade Mod Podge, and I gave it to you wrong. I gave it to you backwards. It's actually 2 parts glue and 1 part water. And if you want it stronger, you can make it 3 parts glue and 1 part water. So I said it the opposite way, which probably, if you mixed it up and noticed how watery it was, you figured out that that was wrong. So I am so sorry that I told you the wrong way, and I hope nobody mixed any up. But I actually mixed some up, and I used it, and it still worked. So I mean, it will work, but it's better if you mix it properly. So 1 part water to 2 or 3 parts glue is the right way to do it. So I wanted to tell you that I talked about doing the wax on tissue paper, and I watched this tutorial, and it was by Junk Journal Joy. She is apparently Italian, and her video is in Italian, but she put English instructions on it as she went. And so I did some, and these are some pieces I did. And so all you do is you pull your napkins apart. So this was the 1 layer of napkin, and you put a piece of parchment paper down on your ironing board. You put your paper napkin down, and then what I did is I used a grater and a candle, and I grated some wax and just put it all around it. Then you put another piece of parchment paper on it and you iron it. And the paraffin melts and turns to liquid and absorbs into the paper. And then I checked it, and I had to grate a little bit more in some places to get it even. But as you can see, it is, I think, beautiful. I'm so thankful she showed us this. So this was a napkin I did, and then you can use the white throwaway paper that we get when we peel it off, and it makes the clear, like glassine envelopes. You can make it out of this. And then I did a piece of tissue paper, and it also makes it transparent. So I cut a piece of this out, and I don't know if you have noticed, but in the add-on kit that I put with my Thought Life journal kit, there was a butterfly, a fussy cut butterfly, and I really didn't have a plan for it. So I made this little glassine envelope out of that tissue paper, and I thought, well, that would be a good place to put my butterfly. So I put my butterfly inside there. So that will go inside my journal. So anyway, that was one of the things I've been working on, and I enjoyed. And I'm probably going to make more of those. And, by the way, I used a piece of washi tape. I didn't know. I thought, well, how am I going to stick this? Glue probably won't work. I didn't try glue, but the washi tape worked. So that's how I did that. So then I wanted to go over some of the things I had been doing, which I went ahead and I've been doing folding, and I folded all my pages, but I hadn't inked them all. So I've been inking, putting more ink, using more of the Distress ink, the vintage photo around the edges. And when I designed this journal, I've distressed the edges, online digitally, but it really looks better if you take the ink and do it by hand. It really comes to life when you do that. And so I still have some to do, and so I thought I would just do a few and let you watch me. I know everybody has probably done this and knows how to do it, but probably everybody does it just a little bit different. See, this is all digital that I put on, but I think, and I put some blue on this because I wanted to enhance the blue, but I'm going to just go back and touch up a couple of places. Now see, this one hasn't been done at all. So I like to do the middle fold because it always gets in the little details of it. And this is a makeup brush, a makeup sponge that I got from the dollar store. The only bad thing about it is it does crumble up, so I get these crumbs. But I just seem like I have better luck with it than I do the daubers that I got from Tim Holtz. And some of you may, well, I'm not going to worry about it. This is how I do it, and everybody can do it the way they want to do it, but this is what it looks like. I kind of brush towards it and just pull away, sort of, and I go this way and hit the edges. I like it heavy, probably heavier than a lot of people do, but that's okay, that's just me. And, you know, I change and do it wide, like flatter, and then I do the edges heavier. And there's times when I get little marks like that, but that's okay with me. So these pages are getting pretty well used. They're, you know, as I bend them with my hands and work with them, it makes them more flexible. This has a lot of different things on it. It's got stencils and stamps and gesso, ink from the edges. So that's what that looks like. And eventually I'll probably even hit it again before I'm finished. So that's this one. You can see all this mess this makes. Now this one, I used the pink on it. I didn't use the brown, and I'm really torn about that. I don't know if I want to use it, but I'm gonna hit it just a little bit. I just can't seem to not hit it with the distress. And I do like two colors. I think it really adds depth when you use two different colors of distressing. And actually I like this because this is sort of a yellow base, and it mixes with this pink and kind of makes an orangey, which is also in these flowers. Kind of plays that up. So I think that's probably a good thing. And it does make it look aged and older and cool. So let's see. So there's a side with it and there's a side without it. And I think I like it with it. I didn't really do a lot on this edge, it looks like, but this actually needs to be trimmed just a little bit from that napkin. And I left these punches, they're gonna stick out, but I don't care, I like them. Okay, so that's that. And the other side hasn't had any at all. And I was waiting to do the gesso and all the other things, and so now I'm ready to go ahead and hit this with some. So there's that. This one, I did the blue with it too, and I really think I went too light I'm pretty generous with my all right, that's good. This one I'm not going to do any on. I'm going to leave it just like it is. This one I went ahead, no I didn't either, I thought I glued it. This is a page that, this is the actual page from the kit. And so I printed it on a mistake paper, this one. So I'm covering it up, and so I put gesso, I put that green, and I'm going to end up gluing this. This is that extra kit, the Expect a Miracle kit that I've made, and I'm going to glue it on that page, I think. So I'm keeping it with it, but I'm not gluing it in yet. This page hasn't been inked yet, so I'll go ahead and ink it. I hit this with some colors on the edge too. This was the one with the 3 different greens I used on the Distress ink through a stencil to try and hide that green, and it worked out really well, I think. Blended it right in with the palette of the, oh, okay. So that's all I'm going to give up that one. And there's this kit. This, I haven't quite figured out what I'm going to do. I want to do something a little more than just fold it back and stitch it. So I think I'm going to put some sort of something else on these folds. I'll just keep that with it. Here's the one that I decoupaged on my last video, and this was a page, this was the page from the kit, like this, and then this is the reverse that we decoupaged last night. So I'm gonna get real crazy with this. It's got a pretty bold image on it. This whole journal is pretty bold, I would say, in the imagery. But I liked it, and I hope you like it. I like these napkins. And it was one that I got off Etsy from somebody. And I only got one of these, and I wish I had a bunch because I think it's a really cool napkin. I'm sure I'll have to track it down. I'm sure it's out there somewhere. Maybe Tuesday morning has a package waiting for me. That's where I get all my napkins from, it seems like. Okay, so that's that page. All right, so that's the inking, and I think that's probably it for tonight. I'll be back in here in the morning and working on some more things. So thanks a lot. I'll see you next time.